Hey everyone, I'll wait for a few more people to kind of check in, but I guess, can you guys hear me? Make sure you can hear me loud and clear. Maybe you guys can pop in where you guys are from, and then we'll go ahead and get started in a few seconds. We'll see some Brooklyn, Austin, North Carolina. We're super excited to have you today and to kind of go over all of these social trends to see in 2023 and how you can incorporate it into your social strategy. So I'll go ahead and get started. My name is Carrie Boswell. I'm the digital marketing content specialist at Planoly. So I lead the newsletter and the blog, and then I also help write additional long-form marketing resources like the social trends report that we're kind of going to go over today. So reminder, at the end of this discussion, we'll have a 5-minute Q&A. So save all your questions and then you can type them into the chat box after, and then I'll do my best to answer these questions. But before we get started on the fun stuff, I wanted to give some insight and background on Planoly. Maybe some of you guys are not familiar, or if you need a refresher on some of our latest features. Planoly is a social media planner. We simplify the social media marketing process by organizing, planning, and amplifying all of your social strategy. And it's all in one place. So instead of having several planners, you can use Planoly, and we support several platforms. So we have some great features like customize by channel. So if you're a brand that's also on not just Instagram, on TikTok, Pinterest, or YouTube, you can kind of post that same content to multiple channels, and it'll let you edit the caption and the hashtags to make it unique to the platform. We also offer team collaboration, which is great, for social media managers or agencies or business owners who just need somebody to help review and edit without having to use several, kind of apps or, Google Drive or anything like that. It really streamlines that workflow so you can easily post the content and it's reviewed and ready to go. We also offer weekly trending content ideas. So you'll see this on your Planoly calendar, but this is, video ideas that are trending for the week and some audio, and then some ideas of how to make it relevant for your brand or business. And then after hearing all those features, we're offering a discount for 30% off our annual plans. So this is for all of y'all tuning in to this TikTok live, the first one of the year. So the code is TikTalk30. It's TikTalk 30. And I believe we'll be pinning it to the comment section, but I'll also mention it at the ends in case you are just joining us. So what we're going to be discussing today, we're going to be discussing all of the 2023 social trends. And all of this info is also available in our 2023 social trend report. The link is in our TikTok profile, and then it's also on our Instagram bio. So if you want to download the full report, for reference later, there's some really great resources and tools in there that you can kind of expand on what we're discussing today. So we'll be covering 5 social trends that are going to be big this year, and then, provide some insight. And then what are your opportunities as the brand, the social media manager, and the business owners leveraging these trends in your social strategy. So trend number 1, strategic cross-posting. So what does this mean? To grow on social media, you need to create unique content strategies for your channels. In 2022, we saw a lot of platforms create copycat features trying to compete with the other. First, it was Instagram Reels to compete with TikTok short form video. And then it's TikTok Now to compete with Be Real. But actually what these platforms kind of failed to realize is that even though we're on all of these platforms, we're using these for different purposes. That's intentional. We go to them for different experiences. So, for example, the same person who's on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter is getting on Instagram to see the content of their favorite creators, whether that be a video or a static post. Then they get on TikTok. It doesn't really matter who they follow. They just want to see content that's entertaining, whether it be funny, educational, or it mentions a product that they want to learn about later. And then they get on Twitter to get their news. So all of these kind of serve different experiences, which makes sense that, marketers and business owners are kind of getting frustrated because they're figuring out they don't know how to kind of create all of the content for to make sure that they're meeting all of these new features. So it's not to say that we know that new features, these platforms, the algorithm prioritizes the content, but it's to kind of think about it and be strategic about it and not build your entire content strategy around it. So instead, your opportunity here is to, audit your different channels. See which content is highest performing for each of the channels. Understand why it's performing the way it does. So this comes from understanding your audiences on the different channels that you're on. And this is also not to say that you can't recycle or repost the same content on multiple channels. It's just to be strategic about it, right? So if this would be a great one to share out to all of them, then, but just to really think about it and see why it's working. So your opportunity here, is to customize the captions, customize the hashtags. It doesn't need to be a direct regurgitation of the content you're posting on one channel. And then also a great, account to follow is follow brands that are on both platforms. So Washington Post is a great one. They have two completely different strategies on TikTok and Instagram. The TikTok one is a little bit more fun, experimental, and really caters to a younger audience, kind of just learning about, events happening in the world. So that's a great place to start creating unique strategies for each of your channels. So I'll get started on trend number 2, strict social standards. Social platforms and brands are going to be responsible for eliminating the spread of misinformation and maintaining a standard of transparency online to their users. So transparency is more important than ever. It comes at a time when, Twitter is kind of going crazy. People are paying for verification badges. That is what you don't want to be as a brand or a platform. So as a way to combat the sharing of misinformation, we're going to see a lot less filters, spam-like comments, and overall just stricter community guidelines. If users don't see this happen, they'll look for other social platforms they can trust. So your opportunity here as a brand or social media manager is to make community management, comments, customer brand communication a key part of your social strategy. You want to open up that direct line of communication. So a great practice here is after you post, respond within the 30 minutes, whether it be a DM or comments on your post, or if you can't do it in that 30 minutes, just make sure you're setting time aside every day to make that a priority in your social strategy. And also, leverage the people behind the brand, whether it be a CEO, a founder, or your social team. There are founders with great personal accounts that are separate from the official account. Sydney Ramirez of Chill House is a great example of this. All of her content, supports and uplifts her brand, but feels separate enough and feels organic enough that where, followers don't feel like they're just learning about products. Also, your social team can be a great face of your brand. They're already creating the content, whether it be as a whole social team, one person, or just you. That's great, and you don't have to, make up a mascot or something like that. People just want to see their favorite brands, and they're interested in that type and the people that work there, and it'll just really help build your brand loyalty and kind of reduce the pressure on you. Trend number 3, small business influencer marketing. So, with larger businesses kind of tightening their budget with the economy right now, smaller businesses can really leverage creators and grow and expand your reach. So historically, larger brands are the ones that work with influencers and creators, but not anymore. Small businesses and creators are going to have a big moment in 2023. We're going to see small businesses and influencers and creators work together, and small businesses are going to treat this partnership like media buys. So it's not just about the sponsored or the paid social content, but really being thoughtful and intentional with the people you're working with. So you might think that you don't have the budget for it, but don't worry about the follower size of the creator. Smaller followings also have really high conversion rates, almost more than creators with bigger followings. This is because they have a really engaged audience, and people really trust the creator that they follow. So this will be really great for your brand when they're kind of promoting, because it's going to be really authentic. This is a little bit of a technical kind of tip. UTM tracking links, this is kind of a test and experiment. If you want to work with partners, this is a great way to kind of measure your success of these influencer campaigns. So that's a great tip. And then there's TikTok's creator marketplace. So if you're just getting started, you want to work with some creators on TikTok, it's a great place to connect with creators and start creating content. Trend number 4, culturally conscious marketing. So, important worldly issues are becoming the forefront of social media by these younger generations, especially the environment. So it's going to be a priority for brands to kind of weave this environmental kind of factor into their brand's ethos and mission. Younger generations are really bringing these to light, especially the climate crisis. So previously, brands have been using, eco-friendly and sustainably made, but that's a really great way of just kind of greenwashing everything and not being really impactful with what you're doing. So it's so much more than brand messaging, but what you're actually doing to gain the trust of these younger audiences, which are, Gen Z and millennials, that this is really important to them. So they want companies to prioritize people and the planet over the profit. So even if you're a smaller business, you can still find ways to create a positive impact. So a great place to start is, work with sustainable organizations and creators to find ways to take part in improving the climate crisis. And then aside from incorporating the environmental conscious mindset, you can include that mindset into your culture and business. And this kind of starts with, if you are sending products or mailing out products or mailing products to creators or partners, try to use less packaging. It's a great, they don't need all of that packaging. It's a great tip. So see how you can do that. And then also a great resource is follow the Sustain the Mag on Instagram to learn more about, sustainable efforts and more about the environment. They have a lot of fun content, and it's a great way to kind of educate others and educate yourself. And then our last trend that we're going to go over is TikTok is here to stay. It's no surprise TikTok is still really important and still really relevant. So to grow your business and brand on social media, you're going to need to make TikTok more of an investment. We saw in 2022, it was more about experimenting, but this is going to really this is a strategy, this is a platform that's here to stay. So we saw that video content boomed in 2022, and there was a lot of uncertainty surrounding that. But, marketers in 2023 are still pushing for digital and social media video, but, the focus is more going to be on TikTok. So that's kind of what you can do. And then also, aside from it being an entertainment kind of content app where you're consuming content, it's also becoming a powerful search engine. So Gen Z users are using Instagram, TikTok to kind of search for products or just questions. So this is kind of important on the way you kind of push content out. So the opportunity here is you can start kind of taking away, say if you have an Instagram advertising budget, try to take a few of those dollars away and apply it to TikTok. You can also adopt traditional SEO practices and keyword research to apply to your TikTok content, and that'll help with your TikTok content's reach. And then also just continue experimenting with your TikTok content. There's a great account, Styla Socials. They're on TikTok, and they kind of help with new and emerging best practices for TikTok. So this will help always ensure that you're creating relevant and high converting content. So that's kind of it for the discussion part of everything. I believe we're gonna have a Q&A, so I'll go ahead and kind of get started thinking of all of that. And then also I wanted to mention our discount code for 30% off is TikTok 30 if you're just joining us now. So let me go ahead and kind of start reading these questions. Or if you haven't popped them in yet, you can go ahead and do that. So what is trend number 1? Strategic cross-posting. So this was kind of all about creating unique strategies for each of your channels. So being intentional and understanding what content works for all of them. So you don't have to just push the same content just for the sake of it. Think about it. And a great tool for this is, say, you've noticed that your audience on Instagram maybe isn't as patient as they are. They don't really want to watch a video for that long. You can, like they do on TikTok, so you can make the video actually shorter on Reels, and then in the comment on the caption you can write, if you want more information or if you want the full video, head over to our TikTok or head over to our YouTube, whatever channel you are bigger on. So that's a great tool. Or you can also use our customize by channel feature, which allows you to kind of, make the captions and the hashtags unique to each platform, since the platforms don't use the same hashtags, or they're not trending the same way. And just the behavior of them is different. So TikTok, it might be a shorter caption with not a lot of context. And then on Instagram, it's a more curated caption. So that's a great way to kind of help customize and make both of those strategies a little bit more unique. And then, there's also a tip to film one video on one topic with multiple takes or versions. And you can edit it differently. So this kind of helps maximize the content that you can kind of sprinkle in over the month. Let me read this question. So, do you find it a good strategy for a brand to repost product reviews from a creator? Yeah, I think that's a great strategy with the creator submissions. And you can use our Planoly features to kind of share those out to multiple channels wherever they would be relevant. But I think it gives just more insight from somebody who's not behind the brand, but somebody who's just using it, and kind of gives natural, authentic reviews. And shorter videos are better for that. What is the best length for a TikTok video as a post? I would probably say short videos are better for now, but you can start kind of experimenting with longer form videos. Short form videos, if they're using trending viral audio, have more of a, will go viral, I guess, but that won't necessarily convert into followers or customers. So I think it really depends on your goals. Are there good times on TikTok to post that will get more people to see it? So there is a best times to post feature on TikTok with that will tell you based on your followers and your audience when they're most active. So I think a good rule or standard is to post when you think your audience is the most active. So there are analytics tools on TikTok that can help you with that, and Instagram also has a best time. Instagram also has a best times to post feature that you can get through Planoly. So trending sounds are great. You can utilize our trending content ideas inside Planoly, where we share trending sound videos of that week. So that's kind of a great place to start. It takes out a lot of the research time, even though you're probably doing your own by scrolling. It kind of is a nice little package for you for the week to kind of create content for that. And then somebody asked, what is short for videos? So short form videos is up to, 1 to 1.5 minutes. Long form is up to 3 minutes or longer. There are different, on TikTok you can go a little bit longer, I think, than 3 minutes, or maybe the limit is 3 minutes. But so that would be considered long, is up to 3 minutes or longer, and then short is anything less than 1 minute and a half. We recommend posting at least 3 to 4 times a week. If you can't every day, you just want to be consistent with your posting. That just helps kind of show that you're an active user, and that's really great for the algorithms. Let me look at some more questions. You can learn more about some Planoly tools in the 2023 trend report. We have a page that kind of references some, and then we also have a feature page that we can write in the comment section for you to check out. And then for content strategy, try putting out multiple content types and see what works in terms of engagement. So this is kind of really refers back to, strategic posting, is doing those regular channel audits. So checking to see if, say, you've been posting a lot of reels, but they haven't been getting a lot of engagement. Look at your static post and see if those are getting more engagement. So a meme might get more engagement than, a reels version of a meme. So that's really, it's unique to you, and that will take a little bit of performance kind of auditing. When it comes to either behind the scenes or product reviews, I think when it comes to either behind the scenes or product reviews, that's kind of the same tip as above. You can try it out and see which ones are performing better. If people like more behind the scenes content or, product reviews, and you can, if they both are performing well, then you can make them, regular content pillars in your strategy. But then also just a little bit more information on that, behind the scenes or product focus. Users love to see people, behind the brand. So if you have something that stands out about your process, definitely showcase it. But also, I think, sprinkle it with some product features. So if there's a cool way that you didn't think, if people don't really know how to use your product, then definitely showcase that. So that definitely goes with like product reviews or, product feature, highlighting product features. So I think, and then the 2023 trend report. So if you head to our profile, our TikTok profile after this live is finished, you can click the link and it should take you to a landing page, and that's where you'll download the report. But if you can't find it on there, you can head to our Instagram account and there's a link in the bio. And then kind of the final question, we'll start wrapping it up, and then there should be a Q&A box after that you can, on our profile, that you can add more questions into, and I'll be happy to answer later. But we're working on implementing Reels covers, but it's an Instagram limitation right now, so we can't do that right now as a product. But thank you so much for joining, and remember to use the TikTok 30 discount code. It's TIKTALK 30, and it should be pinned. And you can use that on any of our annual plans when you upgrade. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your day.